If I had a senior quote to sum up my experience with this master level, I think I can elegantly sum it up with 7 little words. What the fuck is behind me now? So today, keeping up with the theme of walking everyone through all the levels on Ultranightmare and Doom Eternal, I'm gonna be walking you all through the Tyrants Nabad master level on Ultranightmare. So it's gonna be a long ass video, unless I remember to throw in timestamps and you could just jump around, but if not, have fun doing half the work of searching for that. I'm joking. And we're about to jump straight into this, but there's some things that I need to clarify. This went over my head with the Super Gorness master level. For those unaware, how you start up the master level is based off of your save file. So if you used all your BFG shots, if you used all your crucible charges, your Praetor suit's not maxed out, your sentinel crystals are not, or your weapons are not mastered, I would suggest going into a level and topping all that stuff off, especially if you feel like you're going to need a crucible charge or you're going to need an extra BFG shot at any point. Of course, there are some throughout the level, but if you didn't know, you can go into the campaign and pick up some of those charges, so that way you're in a better position moving into the master level. Also, for my runes, for those that are curious, you can use whatever the hell you want, but my runes specifically are Air Control, Equipment Fiend, and Blood Fuel. Air Control and I think Equipment Fiend are kind of self-explanatory, but in the underground section, especially, that speed boost of performing a chainsaw or glory kill definitely helped me, but you can use whatever the hell you want. Like always, this is just what helped me. In general knowledge, you can use it as a reference point. You don't have to follow everything I do to a T. I would even say I'm not even that efficient at killing fucking demons. I'm decent at movement, and somehow I managed to reach the finish line with everything. With all that being said, let's get started. And when you first start in, you're going to be confronted at the very end of this tunnel with an Arachnotron, some Lost Souls, and some Fodder Demon. To make it easy, lock on Burst the Arachnotron, that'll put it into a glory kill, and then as you're initiating the glory kill, drop down a grenade, so that way that will protect you from those Lost Souls and from the Fodder Demon. There's going to be an Arachnotron that spawns behind you. Just jump across the gap, it'll die off, so you don't got to pay attention to that. And when you jump across, you're going to be confronted with 2 Mancubi on your left, some soldiers in front of you, and 2 carcasses in the back right. Now you can do this one of 2 ways. Either way, highly suggest you prioritize those 2 Mancubi on the left. If you want to make it slightly easier, you can drop down an ice bomb to freeze both of them, follow it up with a fully charged destroyer blade, and then super shotgun both. Instantly you take care of them. Or instead of an ice bomb, you can use a frag, and that'll put them into a glory kill, giving you the opportunity to get a little health from one or possibly both. But once both those Mancubi and both those carcasses are killed, the next wave is going to initiate, so be aware of that. And whether if you want to take care of those soldiers now or during that next wave for extra resources or that momentary break that you get during a chainsaw or glory kill is completely up to you. But during the next wave, you're going to be facing 2 pain elementals, 2 specter pinkies, 2 regular pinkies, and a mancubus. I prioritize both pain elementals because that's going to be providing the most pressure, especially if you're someone like me that likes to throw themselves up in the air with the meat hook. And you'll notice in this clip, I'm kind of in the back on top of the debris here because that gives you space between you and those pinkies that are rushing you. Just keep moving. The quickest way to get rid of a pain elemental typically is 2 lock-on bursts, and if I'm being honest, this is pretty much the sloppiest moment of the entire mass level for me. I kind of go balls to the wall in the beginning, which doesn't matter because in this area there's 2 mega healths you can pick up that are going to max out your health and your armor, one of which you have to pick up in order to initiate the next fight. And once you pick it up, you're going to be locked into this tight bubble with 2 Barons of Hell and 2 zombies. What I like to do is stand on the very far end or behind either one of them because they spawn directly in front of each other. Fully charge up a destroyer blade, line it up so it'll hit both of them, and when the first one spawns in, hit him with an ice bomb, launch that destroyer blade, super shotgun and 2 blood punches will immediately kill the first one, and then the second one, just kind of keep moving. I just ballista super shotgun him, no problem. And then I use the 2 remaining zombies to get my blood punches back and replenish my armor. I would also say chainsaw them if you need some of your ammunition back. Before you leave this area though, if you want to pick up the other mega health, it's down here in this area. Just be aware though, once you pick it up, you're going to be locked down here with 3 Hell Knights. The first one spawns blocking the entrance, the second one spawns where the mega health was, and then the third one spawns blocking the entrance again. To make it simple, just lock on burst each and every single one of them, and you got a free mega health out of it. But continuing on, after killing those 2 Barons of Hell, you're gonna have to jump across these 2 flaming poles. Once you make it on the other end, you're gonna be swarmed up by some imps. To make it simple, ice bomb, flame belch, frag. That'll kill all of them ideally, or if not 80 to 90% of them. Replenish your health, replenish your armor, and then you can just continuously blood punch the Arachnotron that spawns in, no problem. And you could potentially end this entire area off with max health, armor, no ammunition spent, and 2 blood punches still filled like I did. After that, you're going to be locked on this bridge with a marauder. Simple 1v1. There is one zombie that spawns in the corner, but that is it. That's the only other enemy you have to deal with on this bridge. Just take it easy, step by step, slowly. You really should not have a problem here. With a marauder taken care of and your frustration sky high because that bastard never opened himself up to attack, we get to the first big arena of this entire level. Now right off the bat, there's two things I want you to know, in case you didn't know. Sticky bombs at soldiers' feet, immediately put them into a glory kill. In case you ever need some quick health or a quick glory kill, that's something you should be taking advantage of from this point forward. Also, any fight with maker drones should immediately become slightly easier provided you're accurate enough to actually hit their head, because not only do they replenish your ammunition, but a maker drone gives you max health, full 200 HP even on ultranightmare. And so with that in mind, I would recommend prioritizing getting maker drone kills for health and ammunition rather than using your chainsaw, and using your chainsaw more as tactical decisions to escape being potentially surrounded or killed. Maybe you need that moment to breathe. I would also suggest just using this entire arena to your advantage. Don't get yourself boxed in any specific area. But I'm going to give you a quick general overview of this fight. Throughout this entire fight, you're going to be dealing with constantly spawning in fodder demon, including maker drones. The first wave consists of 2 tyrants straight across the arena. When those 2 tyrants are killed, on the opposite side of the arena, from the same side you entered, there's going to be 5 arachnotrons and then 2 revenants. When all the arachnotrons and revenants are killed, where those 2 tyrants were, 2 cybermancubi are going to spawn. When you kill those 2 cybermancubi, there's going to be 2 barons of hell and 2 more cybermancubi spawning in. And then the last wave consists of 3 whiplashes spawning where those 5 arachnotrons did, which it looks like after playing a couple times, those 3 whiplashes are triggered by the 3rd and 4th cybermancubi's death. Meaning, if you kill those mancubi before taking care of the 2 barons, you're gonna have to deal with whiplashes and barons at the same time. So in other words, your kill order should be 2 tyrants, 5 arachnotrons, 2 revenants, 2 cybermancubi, 2 barons, 2 more cybermancubi, and then 3 whiplashes. For the tyrants, my kill strategy is a timeless classic of shooting it until it dies. And then for the arachnotrons, again, lock on burst will immediately put them into a glory kill, or you can ice bomb as many as you can, maybe group them up, flame belch, and then just continuously blood punch the hell out of them, or even fully charge up a destroyer blade and try to hit as many as you can. Lock on burst for the revenants, also kill them instantly. For cybermancubi, you can do one of 2 things, similar to the mancubi earlier. An ice bomb, blood punch, super shotgun will immediately kill them, or instead of frag to falter them, allowing you to get closer, super shotgun, blood punch, that'll put them into a glory kill, which will give you that blood punch back, basically giving you a free blood punch. And then with the barons and even the whiplashes, I would suggest funneling them down hallways to basically get them into killing zones with charged destroyer blades, ice bombs, frags, a fully charged up shield mod from the chain gun. If you didn't know, if you're quick enough, you can drop a grenade, pull out your shield mod. That grenade damage will contribute to your shield mod's charge up, so that way you can fling it forward faster. Little pro tip there. As long as you're keeping an eye on your health and you're accurate enough to take the head off of a maker drone, should be a very easy fight. Just stay on the move. If you're someone that's really good at being airborne, utilize those jump pads in the center of the arena. Whenever you're on the verge of death, pull out your shield mod from the chain gun and you should be okay. To make sure you're in a better position though, I would also suggest leaving a whiplash or a baron alive, so that way you can replenish all your resources off of those maker drones that are constantly going to keep spawning as long as the heavy demon's alive. I was going to skip this part, but fuck it, why not? Now after clearing out the little obstacle underwater, you're going to pop up and you're going to face another hallway of hentai. Now what I do, you can either chainsaw them, hit them with the flame belch and get your resources back, but if you were headshotting those maker drones, you really shouldn't need to. I just like to kill them with a regular heavy cannon, use my prime micro missiles, and then at the end of the hallway, unleash hell on the mancubus that's right across from me. Once that mancubus is taken care of, I fully charge up a destroyer blade, turn the corner, and launch that at all of the shield soldiers. Obviously, the damage is overkill, but I'm trying to get that wide spread. With both revenants and both mancubi dead, 3 spectral whiplashes are going to spawn in on the opposite end of the room. I always immediately take care of them with a fully charged destroyer blade, and then before moving on, if you didn't kill them, there should be 2 zombies left. You could use them for resource replenishment. I always typically wait for my ice bombs to regenerate before pressing on as well, so that way I'm just prepared in every way that I can be. Once the cutscene is over, you're thrown into this smaller fight. A general overview: the first wave consists of 2 Hell Knights followed by 4 Cackle Demons, then 2 Tyrants, and the last wave consists of 2 more cacodemons, and a marauder. Now as soon as I enter the room, I prioritize the soldiers up on the ledge. I try to hit as many as I can with the ice bomb, flame belch, blood punch, switch to the lock-on mod, and take care of the 2 hell knights. Now it's important to keep in mind, once that second hell knight is killed, those 4 cacodemons are going to immediately spawn in. They always spawn in the exact same spot, which is right here. I guess you can call it kind of next to where you gotta punch the plate to continue forward, or if you want to say kind of next to the far back center jump pad. But either way, as you're getting ready to kill that second hell knight, it'd be smart to move in a position where you're directly across from the 4 cacodemons or next to that BFG shot, so that way you're funneling them towards you, putting you at a strong advantage, so that way you can basically kill them instantly with a fully charged destroyer blade. Sometimes you may have to glory kill the 3rd or the 4th cacodemon, but either way, it gets rid of all of them damn near instantly. And then once all the cacodemons are taken care of, the 2 tyrants that are spawning next to the doorway that you just entered from are going to be your next priority. I recommend trying to kill them at the exact same time. Right now, they're the only threats in this fight. Everything else are off fodder. If you kill one of them, you're going to trigger the marauder and the 2 cacodemons to spawn in, so that's why I would suggest killing both tyrants back to back. If you need a reference point as to where their health is, don't forget hitting them with the microwave beam for a quick second. You'll see that little bar pop up showing you exactly where their health is and just how close they are to dying, and that quick second of hitting them with the microwave beam will also stun them, so it's a win-win there. So try to kill them back to back. After that, focus on the 2 cackles that are going to spawn in, and then it's just a 1v1 with that marauder. Watching the gameplay, you'll probably also notice I don't really spend that much time on the floor. It's all jump pads, meat hook, vertical ledges. You want to constantly stay on the move. There's really nothing that can touch you if you're moving like this, except for obviously those cacodemons. Hence why if there's any of them alive, you should really focus on those first. The marauder is a little sluggish on keeping up on you. Moving on, we have now the underground section. As you're walking down this hallway, there's going to be some tentacles popping up. They're a little sluggish. For some reason, there's a delay before they spawn in. Every other hole there is one, and I like to kill them all before pressing forward, mainly because you're going to be running down this hallway in a second, so it's ideal to just kill them now rather than deal with that frustration later. But the tentacles taken care of, moving up the stairs, what I found to be the best method for me personally is as soon as you reach the top of the stairs, turn to your right, drop a frag to take care of the 2 shielded soldiers there, pull out remote det, and start taking out those lost souls. If you're quick enough, you can actually precision bolt them, but I don't have such speed on a damn controller. And then you can just focus lastly on that revenant. With them taken care of, you gotta drain this piss pond, continue forward, and I always forget there's a mancubus here, so don't get caught off guard. It's an easy one. It's just a 1v1. There should be no reason you die to him. If you need to, just turn the corner with the shield mod from the chain gun. You're protected. I always drop down a frag right now, launch the shield. Super shotgun if you need it, or glory kill, but that's the easiest way to not take any damage and get rid of him. Now, this is where you get locked in this area with a buff totem and a bunch of fodder demon. It triggers when you get too close to the door to the next room, so kind of keep that in mind if you're not ready for it. There's obviously health right here to your right. There's a mega sphere or mega health if you go left here, which I kind of always avoid before moving to the next room. But anyways, with the buff totem activated, what you're going to want to do is head left to the next doorway, head up this ramp, head down this hallway of the tentacles that we just killed, make a left back up the stairs, drop down, and then in the spot of the first wall that we broke down to drain the piss pond, that's where the buff totem is. When that's taken care of, if you're quick enough, because all the fodder demons automatically gonna die, if you can hit a couple imps or gargoyles with flame belch or meat hook, they're gonna die and leave you some armor if you need it. There's also sentinel armor over here in the Slayer gate if you want to grab that. Although it's a trap, so as soon as you pick it up, you're going to be locked in here with 2 Doom Hunters, so keep that in mind. With that taken care of, we're entering the fight that pissed me off my first go. Before entering the room, if you need it, there's, again, a mega health. If you didn't accidentally grab it, maybe grab it now. And you're going to be locked in this room that honestly is all about movement. It's all about movement and how good you are at recovering your health. Initially, there's going to be just a bunch of fodder demon. There is 1 crucible charge and a BFG shot. The crucible charge is in the center of the room at the very bottom in the fog area. The BFG shot is in the center, kind of towards the back. If I'm not mistaken, there's a BFG shot there in the campaign as well. But anyways, when you're locked in this room, it's all about fodder demon. After killing a couple of fodder demon, you're going to be facing 3 arachnotrons, with 2 of them spawning in the left and right lane in the very back. I kind of just hover around the area, and then as soon as I see one of the arachnotrons beginning to spawn in, I switch to the lock-on mod, so that way I can immediately get rid of that first arachnotron and depending on whether they're both close to each other or not, I always drop a frag to falter the next two and then follow that up with lock-on burst if I can. If not, ice bomb, blood punch, super shotgun should do the trick. At any point, if you need a moment to breathe, again, the shield mod for the chain gun will protect you, followed by frags to falter any demons around you, the remote detonation mod from the rocket launcher, microwave beam for a quick stun, or even an ice bomb straight up should all give you a little bit of breathing room. Once those 3 Arachnotrons are taken care of, there's going to be 2 Prowlers and 2 Hell Knights, and then from here on the waves are just going to constantly slowly be fed into each other, so you should really be prioritizing movement and resource management. But Lock-on Burst immediately gets rid of those Hell Knights. Prowlers, if you manage to get a hold of them, then you can just do meat hook followed by a quick super shotgun, and normally, because I'm moving so damn much, I am pretty much always losing track of where the hell those whiplashes are. It's more important of being aware that they're at least in the arena, and then try circling around with meat hook followed by the shield mod from the chain gun to protect you from any incoming fire, to try and bunch them up, and then you can hit them with an ice bomb and lock-on burst, flame belch, frag, super shotgun, or even a fully charged up destroyer blade if you can funnel them down a hallway with your back towards the portal. Once those 3 whiplashes are killed, then there's going to be 4 carcasses and a tyrant. I recommend prioritizing the carcasses because they start to be a giant pain in the ass. Plus, with the tyrant dead, the next wave triggers. There's going to be 3 barons of hell, and then when you kill 2 of those barons, 2 doom hunters are going to spawn. So if you can, try to focus on all 3 of them equally and kill all of them back to back to back, so that way you're not dealing with a baron of hell and 2 doom hunters. I would also suggest, if you can, because obviously lots of juggle, try to rack up 2 blood punches, because once that doom hunter spawns in, it'd be easy to ice bomb, double blood punch, lock on burst, which will put that first doom hunter into an instant glory kill. I would also suggest, depending on what demons are alive or during what wave that you're on, determines how you're going to move around. For instance, when the tyrant is alive, I really don't move around in the center unless I'm moving towards the outskirts above the fog area, and in that case I'm using the meat hook to throw myself up, fully charge up a destroyer blade, then fire that off across the room, which will sometimes take care of, you know, carcasses and the tyrant if those are still a threat. When the 2 doom hunters are alive, I kind of sit by the portals and try to funnel them towards me in one direction, so that way I know where everything is. The goal is to isolate all the heavier demons, chip away at them all equally, while also trying to make sure that you don't get yourself cornered. Like I said earlier, this fight and even the coin room, having blood fueled comes in handy because chainsaws or glory kills are going to give you a nice speed boost. Combine that with air control and you're a little bit more mobile. If you're someone that knows how to utilize the meat hook and throw yourself about, along with being fast enough to pull out your shield mod from the chain gun, you should be okay. I can also recommend that when those 2 doom hunters spawn in, feel free to launch a BFG shot straight across the room. Just put your back up against the center of the room, fire that BFG shot. It should finish off the last baron while also stunning those 2 doom hunters temporarily. So to sum up that kill order: bunch of fodder demon, 3 Arachnotrons, 2 Hell Knights, 2 Prowlers, 3 Spectral Whiplashes, 4 Carcasses, 1 Tyrant, 3 Barons of Hell, followed by 2 Doom Hunters. There's 2 portals in the room. Don't be afraid to utilize those to make yourself much more mobile, but also isolate and catch other demons off guard, or the heavier demons off guard. And the portals aren't on a cooldown or timer, so you can constantly jump back and forth between them as much as you want. There's a free BFG shot in the room, as well as a free crucible. If at any point you want to use one of those 2, by all means feel free to do so. Prioritize your movement, your health, and you should be okay. Moving on, as soon as you climb out of the hole, there's going to be a carcass, 3 shield soldiers, 3 revenants, and 2 zombies. I always just instantly focus on the carcass, take care of the 3 shield soldiers, and by that time the revenants should be closer. Just lock on burst each of those, and then chainsaw the 2 zombies and use those for health or ammunition replenishment if you need it. After the cutscene, you're gonna move over here, hit the jump pad, you're gonna land on the stairs, slowly back up, but you're gonna be facing the opposite direction of the exit point. There's gonna be 2 carcasses spawning at the bottom and 2 cybermacubi spawning up top. I immediately focus my attention on both the carcasses with 1 charge up of the destroyer blade to take out one of them. If you're accurate enough, you can hit the other one with a normal ballista shot to the head. That should put it in a glory kill as well, but I always focus on those 2 and then pay attention to the cybermacubi. I hit him with an ice bomb, super shotgun, blood punch, both of them, followed by the archvile that just spawned up there. Lock onto him, the rocket launcher, hit him 3 times with the lock on burst that should immediately eliminate him. With him dead, the next archvile is going to spawn in at the top of the stairs. Now my ice bomb hasn't regenerated yet, so I drop a frag to falter, super shotgun, ballista, use your microwave beam, whatever you can to falter him and keep him away from spawning any other demons. At this point, there's also maker drones in the arena. I'm sure you noticed there's also mega mega health sphere at the very top of the stairs. I save that for when this arena is completely cleared. And like I said earlier, maker drones are basically walking max healths plus ammo packs. But with that second archvile dead, a tyrant's gonna spawn at the top of the stairs, followed by 3 arachnotrons from the same spot those cybermancubi or carcasses just were. And then as you start chipping away at those arachnotrons, 2 pain elementals are going to spawn in. Now I utilize that jump pad and that cover from the building to kind of funnel the demons towards me. As soon as those pain elementals spawn in, I immediately focus my attention on those 2, and then I bring any remaining arachnotrons towards me in this tight area so that way the tyrant can't really touch me, and then I can focus on the tyrant last. You can also use the open area down here if you need it, giving you that extra opportunity to really isolate just the pain elementals and even meat hook them and throw yourself around to focus on even the arachnotrons or the tyrant if you want to start hitting everything at the exact same time. There's also an additional scent armor down there if you need it. With that cleared, as you're moving forward, again, go ahead and grab that mega sphere or mega health. There's going to be a arachnotron directly above you. Just drop down a grenade, lock on mod, that should do the trick, or however else you want to deal with the arachnotron. You're going to turn the corner. There's going to be a cybermancubus and a dread knight and some normal soldiers. They should be no problem. Now I'm going to show you how to breeze through this part right here. Before you jump across, pull out your lock-on mod. If you're out of ammunition, it probably would have been a good idea to chainsaw one of those soldiers. Pull out your lock-on mod and make sure that the destroyer blade is on your ballista as well. You're going to jump across with your lock-on mod equipped. As soon as you're on the other side, turn to your right, lock-on burst this revenant, go to the back here, and lock-on burst the second revenant. There's 3 revenants, but we just immediately eliminated 2, and with those 2 dead, you're going to turn to your right, back up a little bit more, switch to your destroyer blade, fully charge it up, and launch it directly across. Now, if you know how to shoot straight, and you're not firing cockeyed like me, you should have killed all 3 whiplashes. If you didn't kill the revenant in that charge shot, then finish off that revenant, and with all of the revenants and all the whiplashes dead, you're going to switch to your arbalest and hit the 3 cacodemons that just spawned out here with a charged arbalest shot. With the 3 cacodemons dead, go on the back where we killed that second revenant, and there's now a doom hunter that just spawned in. I'm pretty sure the prowler spawned in with this doom hunter as well. But anyways, you're going to kill this doom hunter, and with that doom hunter killed, there's going to be a second one that spawns in. And as long as you're using the monkey bars and you're utilizing your meat hook and frags and sticky bombs on the shield soldiers, it should be no problem. With that doom hunter finished off, just clear up the fodder demon. There's also 1 or 2 chainsaw pickups in the area. If you haven't picked them up yet, go ahead and grab them on your way out. Now when you make your way on the other side, you're going to be rushed by gargoyles and imps. What I like to do is hit those gargoyles with an ice bomb, flame belch grenade. Basically the same thing we did to the imps at the very early part of the level, and then you're going to turn around and hit the imps with some sticky bombs or frags or whatever you want. This should max out your health and armor ideally, or at least get it close to it. With those done, you're now going to be locked up here with 2 tyrants, and then when you kill 1 tyrant, I believe that's what triggers the first marauder and prowlers. Now just like what I said earlier with this fight where you want to take out the tyrants at about the same time, it's going to be the same deal here as well. Again, to keep track of where the tyrants' health are, just hit them with a microwave beam for a quick second. That bar that pops up is going to show you what their health is at, and just work on them at the exact same time, so that way you don't have to deal with them with that marauder. Now with the last update, I don't know if it's been fixed yet, the splash damage from the ballista has been completely removed, making fights like this kind of a bigger pain in the ass. And considering a lot of demons get stuck in the geometry in this area, it makes fights kind of unpredictable. What I can say though is you get lucky and a prowler gets stuck somewhere, leave it. Don't kill the prowlers. But basically you just want to move in a giant circle. You want to constantly be aware that nothing's creeping up behind you. There is no rush. There is a mega health in the back corner here. If you need it and you feel like you're on the verge of death, you're going to want to use frags very heavily to falter prowlers, imps, and even take care of the marauders' dogs, and even take advantage of those monkey bars. Really and truly, this fight is all about taking your time. There's so many times where I was on the verge of death and I just completely ignored the marauder, moved in a circle, and constantly just focused on those imps. Whenever you're performing a glory or a chainsaw kill, I would also recommend dropping a frag specifically for this fight because it's easy to get surrounded by both marauders, but you can literally go on forever. You can keep running. So if you get tagged and you're on the verge of death, mega sphere, flame belch, frags, just keep moving. You should really be okay. And don't forget, shield mud from the chain gun also makes you invincible, quote unquote, for a short time where you can't really take any damage. From here, after this fight, I recommend dropping down, turning around. There's armor down here as well as extra ammunition. When you jump across, there's going to be a pain elemental, 2 shield soldiers, and a cybermancubus. Now, if your pain elemental isn't empowered, just 2 lock-on bursts should do the trick. Sticky bomb between both shield soldiers, glory kill them both, and then focus on that cybermancubus. There's also sentinel armor directly underneath you, right in front of that portal, if you need that as well. Now we're gearing up for the big fight. But before we got to deal with that damn coin room, there's a Baron of Hell, and there's also a Hell Knight stopping you, so be aware of that. I do recommend taking advantage of those zombies right here and chainsawing them to really make sure that you are maxed out on your ammunition and as much on your health and armor as much as possible. Now there's 2 ways you can deal with this coin room. You can use a BFG shot, or you can save it for the archvile room. That depends on whether if you have 1 or 2 shots. I recommend having at least 1 for that archvile room. But anyways, when the room locks down and everything starts to spawn in, what I like to do is pull out the destroyer blade. 1 charge up for everything on my left, 1 charge up for everything on my right. Go directly to the back, flame belch, sticky bomb, glory kill any remaining shield soldiers. Then immediately go back to my initial position and repeat the exact same thing. But you got to be a little quicker with it because there's 2 Hell Knights that spawn directly in front of you or directly behind you, depending on how far back you are. But 1 charge up for the left and 1 charge up for the right. I immediately go directly in the back where there's a Doom Hunter, Ice Bomb, double blood punch. If you're quick enough, lock on burst him, glory kill, and then you can lock on burst the 2 Hell Knights. Obviously at this time there's also prowlers in the room. You'll notice that I'm working very methodically. It's all about dashing, utilizing the meat hook. Every time I get the opportunity, I'm not instantly killing anything. I'm moving very methodically. I'm making sure my health, my armor, my blood punches are all good to give me extra time in between the chainsaws and blood punches, and making sure my health isn't taking a dive. I'm pulling out the shield, and then with that Doom Hunter taken out, a Baron of Hell spawns in. Now the next wave doesn't spawn until both Hell Knights and the Baron is dead. So I'm relaxing, moving from end to end. You can jump on the center bubble. It doesn't knock you off. You can also fire grenades through it. And while you're on top of it, prowlers don't teleport behind you. So if you're good at dodging projectiles, you can literally just stand on top of that, and you kind of don't need a BFG shot. But with that Baron dead, both Hell Knights dead, now you're at the part where the buff totem spawns. I wait for the cybermancubi on both ends of the room to spawn. Then I put my back up against the entrance that we came in from, fire a BFG shot across the room, and then I just move in a circle. Now remember, they're not possessed, so frags, ice bombs, all that stuff still works. They're gonna recover from that stuff slightly faster, but that still gives you a moment to breathe. Again, you could jump on top of that center bubble if you need it, but I'm basically just going around in a circle. Lock on mod and meat hook is basically your best friend during this fight. Meat hook to get away, lock on mod to immediately eliminate the Hell Knights, which I believe there's a total of 4. Prowlers keep spawning in, the zombies keep spawning in as well, so keep that in mind. And then with the Hell Knights dead, the next wave spawns, where it's just a couple carcasses and a Baron of Hell. So to make this easy, when you get ready to kill that last Hell Knight, as soon as he's dead, switch to your Destroyer Blade, 1 quick charge up over towards the buff totem to kill the carcass that's guarding that buff totem. Run over, take it out, pull out your shield mod just in case the Baron rushed you. You don't want to be cornered here. If you are, frag and blood punch. That way you're not backed up against that wall there. And then you just have probably another carcass and just the Baron. It's a 1v1. Now for the archvile room, if you only had 1 BFG shot, I would recommend not using it, and instead with the cybermancubi, try to bunch them up, or even try and take care of 1 ice bomb, blood punch, super shotgun, just immediately get rid of it. And then with the other cybermancubus, just work the same way you're working with the Hell Knights. Just move in a circle, move methodically, meat hook to get away, shield for the extra time to protect yourself. And then if you're using blood fueled as your runes, then of course chainsaws and glory kills are extra helpful, because not only you're getting resources back, but you're getting that speed boost to get away. So I said archvile room, but I meant for the archvile room's sake to make that easier. But anyways, a BFG isn't necessary. It's definitely going to make it easier, but if you only have 1 shot, I would recommend saving it for the archvile room and just kind of move how I'm moving here. Just stay in a circle. Again, you can stand up top on top of the coin and you should be okay. With the coin room cleared, you're going to get a small break with some fun platforming, and then you're going to come across another circular hallway, I guess you can say. It's a small trap. Incredibly easy though. Weirdly enough, I never move in a full circle. I'll go to the right, take out 2 demons, back the other way around, take out a couple more demons, then move back the other way. I don't know why, it's just the way I move. But the demon roster goes 2 Hell Knights, 3 Pinkies, an Arachnotron, and a Mancubus. And then of course a bunch of fodder demons. So I lock on burst the 2 Hell Knights, blood punch the 2 Pinkies, take care of the Arachnotron, finish off the 3rd and final Pinky, and then go over to deal with the Mancubus. You just cleared the coin room, you should not die here. Hopefully not though, fingers crossed, I'm not mocking anyone. With this area cleared, you're gonna make your way through some more platforming and end up in this small room here. This small room kind of sucks. There's 3 waves total. The first wave consists of fodder demon and 3 spectre pinkies, followed by carcasses, then a cyber mancubus in the center of the room, then 2 mancubi, 1 on each side of the room, and I believe a 3rd one spawns underground. But either way, there's 3 mancubi total. And then when you clear that entire room, the 3rd and final wave consists of fodder, prowlers, and 4 Hell Knights. I never move underground in this area. I basically jump over the small wall back and forth, or even go around on the other side. If there's a prime opportunity to bunch up a bunch of demons in that area, drop down an ice bomb, flame belch, sticky bomb, or frag, that's something I recommend. But I try to move as far back in both sides of the room as much as I possibly can to launch a fully charged up destroyer blade to kill as many demons as I can in one quick go. But the best thing I can really recommend is knowing what wave you're on. That second wave of taking out those carcasses is extremely helpful, especially if you're on the right side of the room or the opposite side that you're entering the room from. There's going to be a carcass right next to you that'll also give you the opportunity to take care of the cyber mancubus and the mancubus on the right side of the room. And even on this side of the room, moving into the 3rd wave, 2 Hell Knights spawn here. So if you can hit them with an ice bomb, double blood punch, lock on mod is going to make that wave incredibly easier. The additional help of vultures from frags, or even a frag pulling out the shield mod, and again that frag damage contributing to launching your shield mod forward, is an advanced tactic to keep in mind as well. But this room cleared, we're now headed into the double archvile room. Now, like I said earlier, entering this fight you should have 1 BFG shot. There's already a BFG shot in the room, so ultimately you're going to be using both. When you enter the room, you're going to wait for both the archviles to spawn in, place your backup as far against the wall as you possibly can, fire the BFG shot straight across the room, then you're going to jump across, grab the other shot, and repeat the exact same thing. After that BFG shot's out, you're going to pull out your crucible, flame belch the tyrant to your left, go straight across, crucible the next tyrant, and in my case, the archvile wasn't dead, or the second one wasn't anyways, so double check. You don't want him to, you know, start spawning in other shit. So with those 2 tyrants killed, ideally as quickly as possible, just make sure both these archviles are dead, and then just clear up the fodder demon. And now you're on the last leg of the entire level, which, in my opinion, the rest of it is kind of easy compared to the shit we just muddled through, and provided you're a little good at verticality. But after this last cutscene, you're gonna drop down into this big open arena. There's a bunch of crucible pickups in this area. Go ahead and grab them if you want. You're gonna be flooded by Hell Knights, and if you didn't know, Hell Knights actually freeze when you're airborne. And lucky for you, there's plenty of jump pads in this entire arena, plus monkey bars, so you can be virtually untouched by them. But I just constantly move around. Of course, lock on mod is the name of the game here, and then when you kill enough, I believe 3 mancubi spawn in. They're so widely spread out, and if you're on PC and you're quick with Rocket PB, they're no problem. I mean, this is all console gameplay, but still. So Hell Knights, then mancubi. Before you kill that 3rd mancubus though, you're gonna automatically be teleported, so keep that in mind. What I would suggest is before killing that final mancubus, go around the arena, pick up some crucible charges if you want. You're gonna get plenty later, but replenish your health, replenish your armor, and your ammunition, because you're gonna need it in the next fight. But once you kill that last mancubus, you're going to be teleported back to this giant open arena, and what you're going to want to do is immediately go to your left here, meat hook the soldier up here, go to your left, turn the corner, there's going to be a buff totem right there. Go ahead and knock that out. With the buff totem taken care of, your priority now are the 2 pain elementals that are most likely trailing you. You can kill those however you want, although keep in mind, once they're dead, there's going to be a bunch of cackle demons that just spawn in. Now, no matter where you are, what I recommend is trying to go all the way towards the back of the arena here with your destroyer blade out and try and launch that in a way that'll hit all of them. So that way, if they don't die instantly, you can at least get them into a glory kill. With those cackle demons dead, there's now Hell Knights that spawned in the back of the arena, specifically 2, and there's also some Arachnotrons that spawned in that you're going to have to take care of. When those Hell Knights and Arachnotrons are killed, you're going to be teleported again, so keep that in mind. If you're not ready and you need some extra health or ammunition, before you finish off that last Arachnotron, go around and start replenishing your resources. But to recap, buff totem, both pain elementals, take care of the cackle demons, 2 Hell Knights, and I believe 2 arachnotrons. By this time you should know how to take care of all these demons. Just lock on burst. With all those demons killed, you're going to be automatically teleported yet again, and you're going to be stuck in a hallway with 3 tyrants. Just crucible each and every single one of these. You get a free crucible charge in front of each one. There's no reason to not do it. With that 3rd and final tyrant crucibled, you're on the last fight. You're teleported back into this arena, but now there's fog everywhere. Very easy breakdown. 2 waves. First wave consists of 2 Doom Hunters, final wave consists of 2 Marauders, and a couple of Barons. I forgot about the Barons. Now the arena is so large, you should be okay, but let's take this bit by bit. When you spawn in, both the Doom Hunters are going to be directly in front of you. I like to move over to the right, ice bomb the first one, double blood punch, lock on burst, glory kill. Or puss out and just kill it like the way I just did. And then I move in a giant circle. You'll notice I kind of move slowly at a certain point because I try to get all the Barons condensed as close as possible, because it's easier to drag them along when they're isolated from this Doom Hunter, which I circle back around, double blood punch, and take care of him. Now I'm never on the ground. It's all launch pads, monkey bars directly across. I'm trying to get all the demons to follow me while I'm consistently chipping away at their health. You want to be one step ahead of everything. Now what's very important is you want to save the double Marauders for last. So you want to make sure that the Doom Hunter's taken care of. You want to make sure that all the Barons are taken care of, and then it's literally just step by step. Move in a giant circle. If you're not that confident in fighting 2 Marauders at the same time, then hit one. When he's stunned, just move on. There's no reason to stay there and try to get a second shot off if the other one's closing in on you. Just remember where they're at all times, that you're leading the fight, and that any time, just break off, dash, meat hook away, focus on a fodder demon, try to get some of your health back. There's 2 portals in this map as well for a quick getaway. As long as you're staying out of the fog and you're having them funnel towards you in the way that you want them to be, the arena is big enough to really not give you any trouble. I do highly suggest you stay the hell out of that fog though. Just take it nice, take it slow. Don't forget a sticky bomb at the feet of a soldier is an easy glory kill, and you should beat this no problem. Once the double Marauders are killed, the level's over. You did it. Technically, the rest of the game is a breeze. There's nothing that compares to this, and I'm excited to see what the next master level is going to look like with the hammer being implemented and all the new demons, and just how much we're going to get fucked in that. Anyways, I hope this guide helped you all out. Let me know what you think. If there's anything I missed, which I'm sure there's bound to be something because I always get something wrong, feel free to shout stuff down in the comment section below. Like always, if you guys haven't joined the Discord, I don't blame you.